What's up, guys? I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
Today we are talking about our Honda generator and the recent recall that it had, which is pretty important. So we're gonna tell you all about the recall info and then take you along on the trip where we're gonna get this thing fixed.
So stay tuned. Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We've been really wanting to get around to this Honda recall for a while now, but we wanted to have the correct information for you guys, so we've been waiting on the answers directly from Honda.
There has been a lot of info out there about this recall, and it is the very first model of the 2200 series. So I wouldn't say that it's expected, but with any new model where they change features of the engine, sometimes this stuff happens, and we really need to get it fixed.
Yes, but we wanted to answer some questions you guys might have. First of all, how do you know if your generator might be one of the ones that were affected?
So the best way to know if your model was affected is to look at the serial number. These are the serial numbers that range the affected models, but also just to give you the make of the models, it's the EU2200i, the EU2200i Companion, which is what we have, the EU2200i Camo, and the EB2200i, which is more of a construction style generator.
If you purchased your generator by mid-March of this year, the issue should have been resolved so far. But if you want to double check and make sure that you have one of the units that has already been repaired, there's a few things you can look at to make sure.
So the 3 ways to tell is if you bought a new one and the box has a green sticker by the serial number, that means the issue has been resolved. Also, if there's a black dot on the cover of this, that means the issue has been resolved as well. Also, if there's a 7EP label located on the engine cover, which is actually inside this compartment, that means the issue has been resolved too.
You may be wondering if your Honda EU2000 is included in this recall, and it is not. You are in the clear.
So with our Airstream renovation, I feel like we are very handy and we can do things ourselves and often save time. So I directly asked Honda if they would let me do it myself, but the answer is no, it needs to be done by a professional.
Yeah, you should definitely not get the part yourself and try to fix it at home. They recommend taking it to a certified Honda repair shop.
And also, I wanted to know if I could still use the generator before I got it fixed. But again, the answer was no. I shouldn't use it because the issue is specifically fuel related, and it's not good if fuel is loose in the engine.
Yeah, we definitely don't want any fires or anything crazy happening. If it's related to the fuel or engines at all, we usually find it best to play it safe.
One of the big frustrations that we've heard is that the part has been back ordered and people who own the Honda 2200 have not been able to get the recall fixed in a timely fashion. So we asked Honda about that too.
And so basically they said if the parts are in back order, it shouldn't take any longer than 2 weeks. But what we've found, because a lot of these repairs are already happening, lots of the repair shops already have the part in stock. And so it's only taking the shops around our area a few days to get it done.
If you want all this info in written format, you can check out the detailed Q&A section on our blog. We'll link it below, but also we'll link the Honda website, and they have everything that you need to know.
Yes, you can go to their support page. They have a whole page about the recall with tons of detailed information. And if you have any questions in general, if you're just not sure if your unit was affected or not, you can give them a call and they'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
But we are on the way to get this thing replaced. So come along with us, see what the process looks like. We'll show you whenever they're doing the repair, and we'll see how long it actually takes.
So let's go. So we made it here at Wilson Dismukes, certified Honda dealer, and we are gonna go get our generator repaired, so let's go.
So So this is the piece that's being replaced in the Honda 22 EU. It's basically a fuel shutoff, and it's a small little piece. One really cool thing we heard is that this dealership has repaired at least 35 of these, and none of the parts were faulty that they were repairing. So it seems to be like a big preventative step that Honda's doing rather than responding to a major failure of a part. So let's see them open this up and how this thing's put in. So this is the piece right here that is being replaced. Small little piece, but it is deep inside the machine, so that's why Honda definitely says you need to take it to a certified dealer to get this piece fixed. And this is the back of that little piece, and you see where those fuel lines are running into it. And that's the main safety concern. You never want to mess around with a possible fuel leakage deep in the engine.
So this is the faulty piece in question, and the main identifier to tell if it is one of the faulty parts or a new part is the faulty one has on and off here written on it, and the new part does not. So as we mentioned earlier, one of the ways you can check to see if your generator is one of the ones that has been repaired already, the little 7 EEP sticker is right here inside the housing, and you can check that there.
Almost done here, and we truly been here for like 20 minutes. From the time we checked in to getting completely done, I'm guessing it'll be around 35 minutes. But if you want to get your recall fixed and get the issue resolved, it can take up to 1 to 3 days, because right now it is peak season depending on what type of dealership you bring it to, and the part could be on back order like we mentioned earlier in the video. So just give them a call in advance wherever you are. There should be a dealer nearby, and see what the timeline is. It looks like a pretty quick job. Alright guys, so the repair is done, but we really just learned kind of what the main issue was. With these 2200s, they have a new feature which is fuel off. So in the past with our 2000, when we were going to store this for a while, we would run the whole tank dry so there was no fuel sitting in there. But this fuel off allows you to just run the engine, the lines dry, and get the fuel out of the system. So with this new feature, that is exactly what the recall is fixing, the part that controls that feature. So one more tidbit I want to give you guys is we asked the mechanics in there what is the main thing they would tell a Honda generator owner to keep it in the best shape possible. They let us know to run it at least once a month, plug it in, give it some use, give it some exercise. That way you can make sure that it will remain running for the years to come. So we appreciate those tips. And also, do not ever sit it in sand. An error we once made and had confirmed that was an awful idea. So thank you for coming along with us today to see how this Honda generator got fixed and what the problem was.
Thank you guys for coming along on our repair trip today. Hopefully we could answer some of your questions. If you need more information, you can check out our blog post. That'll be linked below, or the Honda website, which is also linked below. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye guys.